7:44 here. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll get a look at that forecast, let you know how your work week will shape up in just a few minutes with Grace Lim. But first, Tacoma is home to some of the most beautiful urban trails in the country. And whether you enjoy hiking or just want to go on a stroll, there are plenty of options for everyone. Joining us this morning, award-winning author and outdoor expert Craig Romano to tell us about some of those easy options. And Craig, thanks so much for joining us as always.
Yeah, thanks for having me
Tell us
back.
about your new book, Urban Trails Tacoma.
Well, yeah, this is my 7th book in the Urban Trails series. It obviously covers Tacoma, but as well as Puyallup, Auburn, Federal Way, Black Diamond, Enumclaw, and what am I missing? Lakewood. So the whole Tacoma. Oh, and Anderson Island, which is one of the really nice gems in this book.
Yeah, so you explored some really cool places, riverfronts, mountain vistas, some historic sites as well. You went all over. So tell us your favorite places.
Yeah, well, Tacoma's got some amazing parks. Matter of fact, Point Defiance Park is just incredible. It's probably one of the nicest urban parks, not only in the Northwest, but actually in the whole country. Wow. More than 700 acres, 15 miles of trails. Love that park. Then another one of my favorites is Fort Steilacoom Park, which is actually in Lakewood. A lot of history in that park as well. It was an old Army fort, then a mental health hospital. There's about 7 miles of trails. There's a lake you can hike around. Just
view there.
Incredible. Yeah, this is one of my favorites. The incredible vistas of Mount Rainier, and you'd have a hard time imagining you're right in a metropolitan area when you see that view.
Yeah, you really get to feel like you're isolated, take a step away from everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Any surprises along the way when you were out there?
Yeah, well, Tacoma's funny. In the last few years, there's been a lot happening in Tacoma, and so if people haven't considered doing a hike there, it's amazing. The waterfront, for example, is just incredible. It's more than 3 miles of trails along the waterfront. You go through historic parks, the views of Vashon Island, Mount Rainier. The old it used to be an old smelter in Ruston. It's all changed now. It's all being re-urbanized. There's a brand new trail, the Dune Trail for Frank Herbert. It connects now to Point Defiance. So if people haven't been over there in a while, they're going to be really surprised. There's a few other trails, the Waterline Trail, which is in the south park of the city, brand new trail. So the city's really, in the last few years, connecting a lot of their neighborhoods to this whole network of urban trails.
And so the book here, tell us about what people can find in there. They're going to get all the information about the trail, of course, but what else can they get in there?
Yeah, I mean, I mentioned the obvious, really quickly, it's for user-friendly. Are dogs allowed? Are they good for kids?
Yeah.
For wheelchairs? What are you going to see? I mean, is it historic? Is it there lakes, natural? I mean, there's so many things just packed into this book. And, of course, how do you get to them? That's really important. And if you don't have a car, I'll tell you the bus lines, how to get there as well, too, which is one of the nice things about urban trails, because a lot of us are busy with our schedules. We can't get out all the time, but we can, right in our backyard, there's a trail. We can hop on a bus if we don't have a car, get on a bicycle. So there's 44 trails, 44 destinations. There's actually many more trails that are right within the metropolitan Tacoma area.
Yeah, and so many people, of course, will be trying to burn those calories before or after Thanksgiving, all the food you're about to eat. Tell us how easy it is on some of these trails to do just that. You look up and, hey, you already burned a turkey off.
Exactly, and it's really easy, actually, because one of the things I emphasize in this book is I'm a hiker, but I'm also a runner, and so I emphasize running in this book. And, of course, before people shy running, walking as well, too. And I mentioned some of the organized events, and it's funny to mention there's lots of Turkey Day runs, and Fort Steilacoom is a great place for an organized run. Again, the urban areas, you got the family over. What I do with my running club, we actually do a run early in the morning, and then in an urban area, and then we go out and indulge. So
that's the way
make it a point. Go for a walk or run or a short hike before, nice early in the morning, Thanksgiving morning, and it's going to be beautiful this Thanksgiving too. So
absolutely.
Yeah, and then you're all set there. So
tell me the places where people can buy this book if they're interested.
Right, all your local bookstores have it. Some of the independent running stores, Amazon, REI. Perfect. So all the places you can find books.
Well, Craig, thank you so much for joining us here this morning. We appreciate it. Let's send things over to Grace with a check on that forecast. Hey, Grace.
Yeah. Hey.